Hello viewers, this is Gargi Deka and you are watching me in Nagaland TV. To you, we bring Nltv News Now. Here are the top headlines. Nagaland Core Committee and NSC and IAM meeting underway. Meeting being held at Chukudema Police Complex. African swine flu has confirmed in 11 districts of Mizoram. 383 pigs dies from flu, bringing the total confirmed deaths to 15,231. Opposition accuses Narendra Modi's government treason and unforgivable sacrilege following a series of reports by the Pegasus project. In fight with Congress, Punjab Congress continues as Chief Minister Amarinder Singh reiterates not meeting newly elected Punjab Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu till Sidhu publicly apologizes. And now we have the news in details. Nagaland government and NSC and IAM have come together for a meeting today that is discussing the ongoing Naga political issue. The Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, who is also the chairman of the core committee, Deputy CM Paton, Y. Paton, Minister Neba Krono and other core committee members are present in the meeting. The meeting is going on in Chukudema Police Complex, Ronderon Hall. It may be worth mentioning that this meeting has been called after the centre asks Nagaland to have a common settlement on the issue. In response to this, the Nagaland government has requested different factions of the state to come together and discuss the ongoing issue in hand. To add to it, NSC and IAM in view of the meeting is demanding answers as to how the meeting will be fruitful for the common people. Nagaland government and NSC and IAM have come together for a meeting today that is discussing the ongoing Naga political issue. The Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, who is also the chairman of the core committee, along with Deputy CM Y. Paton, Minister Nebu Kron, and other core committee members are present in the meeting. The meeting is going on in Chukudema Police Complex, Ronderon Hall. It may be worth mentioning here that this meeting has been called for after the centre asked Nagaland to have a common settlement on the issue. In response to this, the Nagaland government has requested different factions of the state to come together and discuss the ongoing issue. To add to it, NSC and IAM in view of the meeting is demanding answers as to how the meeting will be fruitful for the common people. We'll be repeating the breaking news for our viewers again. Nagaland government and NSC and IAM have come together for a meeting today. The meeting is discussing about the ongoing Naga political issue. It is being reported that Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, who is also the chairman of the core committee, Deputy CM Y. Paton, Minister Neba Krono and other core committee members are present in the meeting. The meeting is going on in Chukudema Police Complex, and it may be worth mentioning that the meeting has been called for after centre asked Nagaland to have a common settlement on the issue. In response to this, Nagaland government has requested different factions of the state to come together and discuss the ongoing issue in hand.
Sir, kalila meeting lai olop janibuli munja sami kan tu. Apni kan NNPG lo de meeting kura tu.
Kali bal ke meeting hosya. We have update each other. Exon ke janai disya. Or after the formation of this parliamentary core committee, that was the first time meeting again, and even yesterday was quite fruitful. Azibi, bale hobo, itu hope kurashi.
Sir, ami kan itu Chief Minister ba janise NPF kan be agreed kurise goina. Itu ki kotha de agreed kuran?
Agreed kure amade matlab on what agreed?
Yesterday Chief Minister said that the NPF party has also come agreed with the tahan solution, the resolution.
Yeah, that is, you see, we all have come together and then formed this parliamentary core committee. So earlier they were not there because one time they have decided to go on their own. But now we have come together and we want to bring all our people together for a better solution.
So better solution, what is the better solution?
Yeah, you see, for quite some time we could not bring a solution. So we feel that we should all come together, bring all the civil societies together, including all these different groups, those who are having a negotiating with the government of India. So that early solution, we will bring early solution.
So Ajila meeting with NSNIM, key outcome expect kurias.
We're hopeful that we'll have a good discussion. Discuss and we're hoping all the best.
Sir, kalila meeting lai olop janibuli munja sami kan tu. Apni kan
As we have already reported, Nagaland government and NSC and IAM have come together for a meeting that is being held today to discuss the ongoing Naga political issue. It is being reported that Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, who is also the chairman of the core committee, along with Deputy CM Y. Paton, Minister Neba Krono and other core committee members are present in the meeting. Meanwhile, we also have our reporter Jeevan Rai, who is present at the police complex and will be giving us more insight on how the meeting is proceeding. Jeevan, can you hear me?
Yes, Gargi.
Yes, Jeevan. Can you give us
There
more
was a
insight?
meeting today. The meeting had started at around, yes, Aji meeting to 11 baji bra suru isle, 11 baji morning bra. To NSN IM laga top leaders, aru core committee of parliamentary committee headed by CM Rio. The meeting thaki kina Rodendorn Hall police complex jumegi dimate huisle meeting to. To amikan meeting to 3 hours meeting jaisi takan. Holbi meeting khotom hoina amikan medias khan sob rukhi thakise outcome karne aru takan to interact with the leaders. But the head of the leader core committee, Chairman Rio, tai toile fat medias khan ke face na gurna ulai jaise. Whereas we amikan dusra leaders khan lodilo kotha patise to takan ko toile they are trying our process to chuli ase itabi kotha toile solution karne.
We don't have any statements as of yet. Is that what you're telling our viewers?
Yes, so far there is no statement.
All right. Thank you, Jeevan. We'll keep on updating our viewers as soon as we get any new updates. Moving on. On to the next story. The Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party convened an emergency meeting on Tuesday, headed by Nagaland Chief Minister Nephew Rio. The meeting was held at the party central office in Dimapur to discuss and deliberate over the latest political developments in the state. During the meeting, the House reiterated that the commitment to continue working towards bringing a final settlement to the Naga national political groups. The House further appealed to all negotiating parties and the central government to bring an early solution to the Naga issue that is inclusive, honorable and acceptable to the people. The House also welcomed the resolution of NPF Legislature Party calling for unity amongst the members of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. Moving on, African swine flu has been confirmed in 11 districts of Mizoram on Tuesday. 383 pigs died from the flu, bringing the total confirmed deaths of pigs to 15,231. Rapid response team was immediately set up by the Mizoram Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department in all districts of the state. Professional pig culling team has now been established with the State Police Department detailing 2 personals. The Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Department of Mizoram also listed 80 villages and localities under the African swine flu suspected area with 372 pigs that died from the suspected case of ASF. According to reports, the conservative estimate of the economic loss incurred due to the African swine fever in Mizoram is over rupees 117 crores. ASF was first detected in Mizoram on March 21st this year at Langsang village and has spread to 205 villages and localities within 11 districts of Mizoram. Moving on to the next story, Narendra Modi's government has been accused of treason and unforgivable sacrilege by the political opposition in India following a series of reports by the Pegasus project revealing several journalists, activists and an opposition election strategist that had their phone numbers included in the data leak. More than 1,000 phone numbers in India were among nearly 50,000 selected worldwide as possibly of interest to the clients of the Israel-based NSO group, maker of the Pegasus spyware. An investigation by a consortium of media organizations revealed on Sunday. Indian media reports said Modi's main rival, former Congress party president Rahul Gandhi, was among dozens of Indian politicians, activists and government critics identified as potential targets of the Pegasus spyware. On to the next story. Assam Governor Jagdish Mukhi on Tuesday suspended DIGP Ronak Ali Hazarika for undertaking numerous foreign tours without the permission from the Home Department of Government of Assam. As per the government notification, the officer had never obtained prior permission from the department for his numerous foreign tours since the date of his joining Assam Police Service. The governor placed Ronak Ali Hazarika under suspension with immediate effect. Hazarika is to face a disciplinary proceeding by the department for flouting government guidelines. He has also been instructed not to leave the headquarters without permission. Moving on, the controversy in Punjab does not seem to end. Punjab Chief Minister has reiterated his stand that he won't meet newly elected Punjab Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu till he publicly apologizes for his derogatory social media attacks against him. The statement came in after several ministers asked the CM to have a large heart and forgive Sidhu like he did Pratap Bajwa. The issue gained importance after the CM in a meeting with Harish Rawat publicly sought apology from Sidhu for his social media theatre from before meeting him. A senior party leader informed reconciliation between the two was being linked to impending Punjab cabinet reshuffle. filed a case today against BJP leader Suvendu Adhikari over claims that he has information of phone calls to police officers from the office of Abhishek Banerjee. Banerjee is a member of parliament from Trinamool Congress and nephew of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. In the 35-second video clip, Adhikari can be heard referring to the Chief Minister as aunt and Abhishek Banerjee, the TMC National General Secretary and Lok Sabha member, as nephew. The video was apparently shot in some districts of Bengal recently. Adhikari can be heard saying that the role of the investigating officer, inspector in charge and the superintendent of police will be probed by the Central Bureau of Investigation and that Banerjee will understand that no aunt can save him. Meanwhile, Trinamool Congress alleged in Parliament that Abhishek Banerjee is among some opposition leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, whose phones are on a list of allegedly targeting for surveillance using spyware Pegasus. Charges have been filed against Mr. Adhikari under the Official Secrets Act and the National Disaster Management Act. Moving on, India recorded 42,015 fresh coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours, taking the total tally to 3,12,16,337, while the death count increased to 4,18,480, with 398 fatalities. Nearly 37,000 recoveries have been reported on Tuesday, and the daily positivity rate is now at 2.27, while the weekly positivity rate now stands at 2.09%. Moving on, as announced by the Union Health Ministry today, the findings of the 4th National Serosurvey suggest that nearly two-thirds of the population in the country aged above 6 has developed antibodies against coronavirus. At the same time, about 40 crore people are still vulnerable to the disease. The government added that this means around 40 crore are still at the risk of the infection, as it is warned against laxity in following COVID-appropriate behavior and urged eligible people to get vaccinated. The Serosurvey, the 4th such exercise, was conducted in June and July after the second wave had begun to subside. This phenomena, as noted, is said to have reduced the possibility of a fresh round of infections as severe as the second wave was. India celebrates Eid-ul-Adha for the second successive year with COVID restrictions. Devotees were seen offering prayers from mosques in compliance with COVID-19 guidelines of masking and social distancing. The festival, also known as Festival of Sacrifice or Greater Eid or Eid Qurban or Qurban Bayrami, is celebrated on the 10th day of Eid-ul-Adha of the 12th month of the Islamic or lunar calendar. As per the Gregorian calendar, Eid-ul-Adha dates may vary from year to year, drifting approximately 11 days earlier each year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his greetings to the people celebrating the festival and said that this festival should further the collective empathy, harmony and inclusivity in society. President Ramnath Kovind also sent out his wishes to citizens celebrating the festival and asking them to follow COVID-19 safety guidelines. Moving on, world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, flies off to the edge of space with 3 crewmates on Tuesday morning. Bezos flight abroad. Blue Origin's New Shepard launch vehicle lasted for over 10 minutes in space. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos was accompanied by a hand-picked group: his brother, an 18-year-old from the Netherlands, and an 82-year-old aviation pioneer from Texas, the youngest and oldest to fly ever in space. Bezos became the second billionaire in just over a week to ride his own spacecraft. The fully autonomous 60-foot-tall New Shepard spacecraft lifted off from the Blue Origin's launch facility about 32 kilometers outside the rural town of Van Horn.
And, now on to how it felt. Oh my God! My expectations were high and they were dramatically exceeded. We were talking about this a little bit in the car ride on the way back, and I don't know, the zero-G piece may have been one of the biggest surprises because it felt so normal. It felt so almost like we were, as humans, evolved to be in that environment, which I know is impossible, but it felt so serene and peaceful, and the floating. It's actually much nicer than being in full one gravity. Every astronaut, everybody who's been up into space, they say this, that it changes them, and they look at it and they're kind of amazed and awestruck by the Earth and its beauty, but also by its fragility.
That is all for now. This is Gargideka signing off. Keep watching Nagaland TV.